A man that has no good intention will have a situation such as what we are facing now. Number one, PDP, as you know, has never been so fragmented, divided, disunited, and have no basis anymore. Ibori came and held a political family. You would say that I was not in that family, but he had a family. Okowa was part of that family. Ibori finished. Okowa believed, and very strongly, which is the grudge he holds against Ibori, was that power ought to leave him, Chief James Ibori, to himself, Okowa. When Dr. Emmanuel Nduduagha emerged as governor. But what I have come to know about Okowa, Okowa can sleep on a bed with 3 dead bodies lying down there, killed by him, but is blowing their head as though they are not dead, and with a plan to kill another 40 of them. But we eat with them, pray with them, say all manner of things, call them all manner of names, with such heart to keep wickedness and unforgiveness. So, the issue is that Okowa had planned, but as he was planning, God was planning. And unless we have a proverb in Orobo, as he was planning to use one javelin to destroy every little thing left of the PDP, for him to be the only hero, the only man, God had his own plan. Let me tell you, Okowa meant to retire Ibori total and finally. And he had that since the election of Oduagha. He told me, and surprisingly, the things he told me and complained about to me against Oduagha, he did 2 million times worse. We had a discussion. Whilst he prodded me to go and start, unknowing to me now that he was deceiving me, he was telling Mrakbo to demarket me. But every day, if you saw Okowa, the way he spoke to me, you thought, I mean, the word brother, he was the one who started calling me a brother. Because I wouldn't lie and I wouldn't flatter, I wouldn't do anything, So, put it mildly, his greatest and first target was that he was not going to finish power without retiring Ibori from politics. Now, I had met very close people of Okowa who believes very strongly that Ibori should not exist at all. With venom. I've met them on one-to-one. People who drive Okowa's life and Okowa drives their lives. But I don't understand the basis. And one would have imagined that whatever Ibori has been accused about today Okowa would have done a lot better. But the contrary is the case. Okay, so put it this way. How do you want to resolve the problem that all of us must go? So while he had one case to finish with Ibori, he went to court and did what he did, manipulating the system, paying so much money to the institutions as they were to destroy Peter Wambushi. That was how Peter Wambushi went away to the oblivion with a prison sentence hanging over his head. Now, look at it. It got Mrakbo to bring a sex scandal, and thank Jesus that sex scandal would have been a lot more dastardly if they said, I slept with them. Thank God the plan couldn't work, because I don't do any such thing. Now, the crime as purported, they are not saying I, they say I sent people. So God put confusion. And when they wanted to do what they wanted to do, they went to a magistrate, Obromo, to sign an arrest of a warrant of arrest. And the magistrate refused. So they were carrying a fake paper without anybody signing it, which was the decision of the court, the Federal High Court. So he wanted to use one javelin to stone Ibori, stone Peter Wambushi, stone me, persons he perceived he cannot control, persons who are either to his benefactors. So he wanted to surreptitiously and dangerously destroy everybody. The reason today, when you think you are clever, you hit yourself. The pastor told him that, look, 75% of all these pastors here, he invited about 100 and something pastors and bishops and primates and whatever. He says 75% of all of us here, we have moved away from you. We don't trust you. We are working for another candidate, not your candidate. So, what he thought he was doing, he deceived me up till Saturday, a week before the primaries. He was talking to me very close, with so much mien. It was God that saved me, that I saw through him when he got every gun and everything to stop me as a hard hoc delegate. I've never been a hard hoc delegate. I wouldn't mind, but on this occasion, God just fixed it that I put myself as a hard hoc delegate. And I got to the meeting, the branded gun did everything and chased me away. At that time, I realized that the man truly, as everybody have said, as the body of Christ have said, as every pastor have said, that he's a deceiver and a liar and one that cannot be trusted. It dawned on me, and that whole wayo, juju, and blindedness cleared up by God. That's how I resigned from the party. It will interest you to note that even when I became the candidate of the SDP, he went to my presidential candidate in an attempt to surreptitiously get him to work against my interest. He got some miscreants who he had planted like he did to oil parties to want to come and destabilize our party. But we knew what we were doing because he knew, and he's been told. He himself have confided in me that he knows that if I were to have, the only solution is to stop me from being a candidate, but if I was to be a candidate, I will emerge as governor. And I told him. So what I'm saying is that he had that dangerous plan, and the plan is what has destroyed him. The plan is what has destroyed the party. The plan is what has made everybody now say, you are truly. What he did to that man, James Ibori, will leave God to be angry with him. But you see, he takes pride. He's a sadist. He takes pride in inflicting wounds. But God knows the kind of wound he will inflict on him. So what I'm telling you is this. And people will bear me witness. And I've told him, we have sat over 6 times on him being the president of Nigeria. Then I didn't know him very well. Just like with this national honor, I didn't know him very well when I submitted his name. I didn't know him very well. Now, I even ordered a prayer session that he should be president. It was him, Okowa, who hosted the first meeting of all the governors of the southern part of Nigeria, irrespective of party. Both APC and PDP governors, all from the south, held the meeting that this president of Nigeria must come from the south. And at the end of the meeting, he read the communique to Nigeria and the world. This is where I find it very bitter, when people start misbehaving and telling cheap lies and pay taxpayers' money to browbeat people on television and believe that they don't know what they are doing. He read that communique. That communique is there for everybody to see. 2 other meetings were held by all the governors, one in the east, another one in Lagos, and he was in attendance at all times. Now, put it this way, what would have been wrong if he decided to change his mind to bankroll with Delta State taxpayers' money the delegate conference, where one of his greatest lucky contractor came out on television to say he got only $10,000. All that money was paid from taxpayers' money. Today, there is strife and flood. He can't afford to do what he needs to do because all the money have been used to bankroll Atiku.